And in today's NBC5 Responds, the U.S. State Department cut back passport operations when the pandemic hit. The result, a giant backlog of passport applications. This as the travel industry is desperate to jumpstart its recovery. So will the backlog prevent that? Here's Lisa Parker.
The numbers here are eye-popping. Roughly 1.4 million consumers who have applied for a passport or a renewal in limbo, wondering when or even if their passport will show up.
Early this year, pre-corona, the Norris family made some major vacation plans.
We decided we'd take a really cool summer vacation and take our kids and go on a Mediterranean cruise.
They sent their passports in for renewal just before the pandemic hit. That trip, of course, canceled, and their passports MIA.
Something that we're supposed to take such good care of and be careful about is floating around out there somewhere.
Julie waited for months with no word from the State Department, and she's in good company. A reported backlog of 1.4 million passports. This as the travel industry is desperate for a jump start just as soon as restrictions are lifted. Will this backlog prevent that?
We don't think that the backlog of passports is a meaningful factor right now.
Some in the travel industry don't expect international travel to start until late 2021, giving the passport backlog time to clear up. They estimate another 3 years before overseas travel fully rebounds. Perhaps the silver lining here, travelers are taking domestic trips, staying closer to home. Traveling to destinations both drivable and outdoorsy, and pumping money back into the U.S. economy.
That change in travel behavior from international to domestic is a global phenomenon, and just about every tourism business is shifting their market strategy and orientation to pivot toward that new reality.
For its part, the U.S. State Department says it is slowly resuming operations in phases. As of mid-July, a dozen passport agencies in the first of a 3-phase reopening plan. And back at Julie's, progress hit home here, too. The family's missing passports finally surfaced, yet plans to use them still way behind.
I don't know when I'll be ready to travel again. That's the hard part.
Things could speed up if lawmakers get their way. In mid-July, a bipartisan bill was introduced aimed at reducing all these applications that have piled up. If passed, the State Department would be required within 30 days to submit a plan to reduce this massive backlog. Lisa Parker, NBC5 responds.